Hi, I'm Noah, and I roast famous figures. Today is part two of my roast of former Prince, Epstein associate, and a man who smiles so creepy that I'm sure his lawyers advise him to stop doing it, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. Andrew had a long-standing friendship with Jeffrey Epstein, and in 2006, Andrew actually invited Epstein to his daughter's 18th birthday party a few months after a warrant was issued for Epstein's arrest for sexually assaulting a minor. Andrew claims that he hadn't heard about the warrant, and I'll give Andrew this. With the crowd he ran in, it was probably hard to remember which of his friends were under investigation. As if Epstein's presence at the party wasn't bad enough, he came there with Ghislaine Maxwell and Harvey Weinstein. I can't believe that if you asked Andrew, why did you invite that sex criminal to your daughter's birthday, he'd have to say, well, I wanted the others to have someone to talk to. During a disastrous 2019 interview, Andrew was asked if he regretted his friendship with Epstein and said that he didn't because the people that I met and the opportunities to learn were actually very useful. Apparently, Andrew was never given the opportunity to learn that when you're talking about a famous sex trafficker, the absolute worst thing you can say that you liked about him is the people that I met. Andrew is alleged to have forced one of Epstein's victims to have sex with him when she was 17 years old, but Andrew says that's not possible because she described him being sweaty, and at the time he was suffering from an inability to sweat. Although such a condition would defy medical precedent, I am willing to believe that Andrew is a freak of nature. Not because of the sweat thing, but because of all the other stuff. Andrew bizarrely claimed that he stopped sweating because of an overdose of adrenaline during his service in the Falklands War, even though large amounts of adrenaline typically cause too much sweating, not too little, and the only evidence suggesting that adrenaline can lead to less sweat is one paper from 1983 that studied horses. Well, you know what they say, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make Andrew take responsibility for his horrible crimes. Andrew went to visit Epstein in New York in 2010, supposedly to cut ties with him, but made the curious decision to stay with the financier for several days. Andrew said that he stayed with Epstein because it was convenient, and I have to admit it probably was convenient for the press to get photos of Andrew with his friend the sex monster. Alright, please consider donating to help the family that I sponsor in Gaza. If you'd like to support me or watch bonus videos, please check out my Then join me Monday for part 3 of my roast of Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, and join me next time for my roast of 11th US President and a man who looks like a fire and brimstone preacher who knows that hell is real because he's from there, James K. Polk.